What's up, family? Just wanted to come through real quick, speak to y'all. I know I ain't speak to y'all in a little minute. Just wanted to, I want to speak about something we all find it hard to detach from people we really love, we really care about. But as a chosen one, as you're gonna have to detach from certain people. You're gonna have to detach. It might involve your children too. You gotta detach. People will use them so they can have this hold on you. People will use certain information, certain things, so they have a hold on. Hey, how you doing? So they have a hold on you. You gotta learn to let go. You gotta let it go. You're not gonna be able to move forward if you keep on holding on. Like, I had to get that out of the way because certain people, this life is for the living. This life is for the living, and you gotta do what you gotta do by any means necessary to live, to basically claim your space in this world. This world teaches us that you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that, you're not supposed to leave people, you're not supposed to. Sometimes for your own peace, you gotta do it. If you gotta block them, you gotta block them. If you gotta ignore, you gotta ignore. You just gotta keep it moving. It's a lot of people, it's certain people, that don't have nothing to do with this situation, but like I said, you gotta detach because they will hold that against you. And you'll be stuck. You wouldn't be able to move. Like, what's your next move? Because you're always thinking about the next person. Now, like I said, I did make that offer. Like, leave me alone with my children. But people want to do what they want to do. You gotta let them off. You gotta let them off because they will, like, keep using the children, children get angry with you. That's not the relationship you built with your children. You got to keep them moving. So to protect them, to protect yourself, you got to detach. You meet people, you think it's a certain way, and when they see, like, it's so when you going through it, when you're doing bad, you seem to have all the friends. When you're doing good, you by yourself. I watched the video. I forget the young lady name. I'm sorry, I forget the name. But I watched the video, and she was saying, basically, our children was, you gotta walk this alone. gotta walk this alone. At first, I was like, man, nah, people, nah, there's some good people out there. And then I quickly found out it ain't what I thought it was. Like I said, you got all types of people in your corner when you're doing a certain way, when they see you and they thinking you're doing bad, but when you got the plan and you, nah, I'm not staying in this level, I'm not staying in this situation, I'm out of here. People laugh. They don't believe. But then when they start seeing, they start doing little stuff to try to throw you off the game. Because it's like I said, it's one thing I noticed, like when you dealing with certain people on a certain level and they only see their life going a certain way, and they see somebody that's lower than them, it's all good. We cool. We this and third. But when you start elevating, you start going higher, they look at you like, and they start doing little stuff to try to throw you off the game, try to bring you back to that mental state that you were at when you was down, when you was low, and then you rise. They don't want to. They don't want to. They start acting different. You start noticing it, and you don't like, especially like with me. I didn't take the time. I don't want to argue with nobody. I just remove myself. I remove myself from situations, and now people call you and, oh, I was going through this, or this was this. Nah, 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 nah. That's not my problem. Nobody else's problem should be your problem. Listen, we put together to get out of these problems. If you don't want to get out of that problem, you got to stay where you at. I'm out of this. And people don't understand that. Now, I got a call. I had to leave somebody alone. Then when I got a call, and they did something that normally I would say something, but I didn't say nothing. And the fact that I didn't say nothing brought out a side of them that basically exposed themselves. Get out of your head. It's gonna be alright. Trust me, it's gonna be alright. That's God telling you you gotta move on from certain people. You gotta move on for certain things. Like I said, through this whole journey that I've been on, the only people that I feel bad about detaching from is my children. But like I said, in order for my children to progress, in order for me to progress, that was the best thing to do. That was the best thing to do. Like I said, the only detachment that I needed time to get over was my children. And once I got over there, I'm not sitting here playing with no adults, playing with no people that have control over themselves. Because even with my children, like they're doing things that in their life that's progressing their lives forward. I'm not gonna sit here and make it hard for them and make it bad for them and put them in the middle of anything because I can't control my emotions. I can't get my emotions right. I'm not gonna mess up what they're doing now. I'm not gonna mess with what they're doing now. All right, how you doing? God knows I love my children. God knows I love my children. But I'm not gonna I'm not even gonna allow them to be used. Huh? I got that. You wanna take it? Hey, thank you. Thank you. I'm not gonna allow anyone to use them and like they got a whole life ahead of them and they got things they gotta accomplish. They're not gonna sit here and worry about what mom and dad can't get right between them. That's not gonna be that's not gonna be their that's not gonna be the result of what they gotta go through. I'm not putting them through that. Not putting them through that. Like my children accomplish things that I wish I accomplished. Like I'm not sitting here saying that my oldest daughter accomplished things because of me. She accomplished things because of her. But everything I wanted to do, everything I wanted to accomplish in life, she did it. God knows, because I've been with them, I've been away from them for what, going on 2 years? God knows what else she accomplishing. Like, my daughter's a strong, my oldest daughter's strong mentally. Strong mentally. Like, she didn't let nothing get on her way. And she accomplished that. Like, finished, graduated college, high school basketball, championships, all that. Like I dreamed of that. The only thing she didn't do that I had a dream of is going to the NBA. She did everything else, and I'm not saying that she did it because of me. She did it because of her own willpower. Because you can want to be anything you want to be, but you gotta put the work in and you gotta do it. That's why you gotta detach. That's why you gotta remove yourself from situations that do not serve you. Because when you remove yourself from situations that don't serve you, you will be able to get through and accomplish every goal that you have. And she did not allow nothing to get in her way. And like truth be told, that's my motivation out here, knowing that my oldest daughter did everything that was thrown in her way. She blocked it out and got through. She blocked it out and got through. And that's some detachment from learning who you gonna be around. Like she always shows friends, like friends that motivate her, that She was always around people that had dreams, had aspirations, and she did that all because she didn't put herself around people that would slow her down, that would hinder her. And I'm not gonna be one to try to do the same thing. I'm not gonna be one to try to do that. And you know, you shouldn't be. Like God's telling you to remove yourself from certain situations, you gotta go. You gotta do it. Mentally, physically, you gotta do it. That's for family, that's for everybody. People will tell you they love you. That word love, like, people don't know the real meaning of that word. Everybody throws it around. And when it's time to love somebody, they don't do it. But all this time they were saying it. Except I thought I met, like I said, you meet people, you get around people, they show your shirts, they show their true colors, they show who they really are, you gotta remove yourself from them. I don't care how interested you are in that person, how much you like the person, how much a person's cool. You gotta move yourself when you feel it, when it's God nudging you, telling you to remove yourself, you gotta do it. Detachment, removing yourself from people, it's gonna hurt. Trust me, it's gonna hurt. God is equipping you with the strength, especially if you have that strong belief in God. He's gonna equip you with the strength to get through it. You ain't gonna forget. You ain't never gonna forget. There's certain people like certain shit, like they won't understand how they got you through, and you appreciate that more than the bad parts about it. That makes the transition easier. You don't walk with anger. This is why I tell you don't move with anger. You don't move with anger. So that way to make it easier to get through certain things. You remember all the good things that happen and you move forward. That what happened was what God wanted to happen. You gotta accept that. You gotta accept it. That's the control over it. The control is you accepting it. People people don't understand. Like it's one thing to think about yourself. Okay, but then thinking about yourself when it comes to other people, like doing other people dirty so you can get over, that's no good. And that's when you gotta remove yourself from people, remove yourself from situations, remove yourself from places that is no longer serving you. This is this is me climbing out of this. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm not I don't I'm not angry, not sad about that. This is my new life. I was almost gone. So like I said, I'm taking this wheelchair and I'm moving. but I was almost going as far as health, not mentally. I didn't get stupid. I didn't get retarded. I didn't none of that. I really grasped on the God, and He started moving me in certain places that started moving me in certain directions that really served me. Started putting me around certain people. Started taking me away from certain people. Like I said, I don't even hang out. Like that bang, like you said, right now they in the crowd behind me. The banging Jay-Z. I was hanging out with them. I ain't gonna lie when I came here. But then they not the wasn't serving me. Situation wasn't serving me. It's like you can't come up, you can't grab nobody because if they not ready, and they're not ready to get that message, you can't do nothing about that. You gotta move on. Yeah, as much as you want to help, as much as you want to see people rise, you gotta move on. That's why you detach. That's why you stay directly by yourself until God put the people that meant to stay there. Other than that, get away from them. Get away from the people that drag you down. They will continue to drag you down. They will continue to take from you. They continue until you ain't got nothing. To, they will take until you ain't got nothing. All to watch themselves come out, to watch themselves like feel happy about themselves. You gotta do it. You just gotta get away from people. Chosen ones, you alone because you need to see what God is telling you to do, how God is telling you to do it. That's why you're alone. Notice every time you put yourself around people, you start lowering your vibrations get low. As soon as you remove yourself from people, you could think clearer, you could do things, you start to have more like one thing was with me, like I said, being a low vibration, being around people with low vibration, I was always spending my money. And then I'm like, yo, what am I doing? Like, what's going on? And then I removed myself. And got time to think, got time to see. And as I'm looking at it, as I'm seeing what I'm doing, I'm actually, I actually got more in my pocket to spend every day. And it's like, yo, this was a problem? Buying all this, buying this weed, buying this, giving people this, giving that. Now you ain't doing that. Now you ain't doing that. And you in a certain level. And they can't, and nobody don't like, oh, why don't you come, why you chill? Why you don't chill no more? Why you don't do the, I'm in a better state when I'm not chilling. Detach yourself from situations that do not serve. Your life will be much better when you do it. I love y'all. Remember, God loves you. He put the love in me to love you. Enjoy your evening, family.